Hello! Summer has greeted us here in Moonstone Island, and with it comes a bunch of new things. We spent time this month venturing out to find new islands and their summer crops, upgrades to our house and barn, find a new OP team member with unbelievable cards, and, of course, take on the big boss of the Summer Temple. This is part 2 of our Moonstone Island adventure. If you want to see what we accomplished last month, check out our spring video. There is also a playlist of our day-to-day adventures through the game. Well, let's start our month. Waking up, it is summer, day 1. Here's what our calendar looks like for the month. Few things to do. Of course, first things in the morning, we get bombarded by a mail-in letter from our mom. Hoping you've had a chance to explore the islands. Yep. Important part being alchemist is making concoctions. I can teach you how. Ooh, yeah, that would be real useful for us to be able to know how to do that. That starts a new journal entry quest for us to complete. And it looks like we have another letter, but oh, what is this? A new crop. Exciting. We're definitely going to have to go around and find all of those new crops this season. Our mail is from Quill. Okay, that's good to know. Good to know. I will keep all of this in mind. Thanks, Quill. Before we head off for the day to go find our crops, we gotta take care of our old ones, do our morning daily chores with our spirits, and let's make sure that we add our bumblebee back into our party. Our spirits are coming together quite nicely. Here is what our map is looking at the beginning of summer. We do have to collect all of these little talisman gateways once again this season. They are going to come in handy as we progress through our game because we gotta buff up our spirits. Well, let's head on off for the day. We gotta find those new crops. Starting off though, we do have a gateway right along our way. Let's make sure that we grab that. And I think as I'm going through our islands, we're going to collect a few. Might as well. They're on our path that we're going, right? So when I say that we get some, we get some. Ooh, but we also have some new plants here. The popsa plant. We find some more moss balls. There's also this teleporter. Let's take this. And it brings us to a poison island, which is perfect because these are the new crops that we gotta find. We also find the second one, which is the Earn Leaf. So that is poison crossed off our list. Only a few more left to find. Traveling north, we find ourselves on an electric island where we get our first electric crop. And here is our second one, which is so cute. It looks like a sunflower. We are definitely going to be looking for a bunch of those because that is going to be our main taming plant for the season. Up north is very conveniently placed as a fire island. However, it's gonna kill us, so let's quickly eat up so that we can get our 2 fire crops, which are conveniently right there. That is another one ticked off our list. It did get pretty late, so we're gonna call it there, and we'll collect the next ones on another day. Here is what our stats look like for the beginning of summer. We only have 4 dungeons cleared and 42 spirits discovered. We gotta work on that this month. Next morning, we get another airdropped mail. This one is from Mom yet again. Received the concoction. You said, unfortunately, it broke in the mail. Oh no. Here's the recipe for an alchemy lab. You can make your own concoctions. I'll have more requests for you soon. Ooh, that's exciting. I will gladly take that. We did get some crops, so let's plant those in. We're going to sort out our inventory, and I think we're going to make a trip into town to do some upgrading. Hello! I have a couple of seeds for you. I had a feeling that you'd be asking for them. Of course I'll do it. Guess what? I already have a bunch. Here is what we got so far. We're just missing the dark seeds and the psychic seeds. Our next stop, we are going to check in with Zed. Oh, he didn't like that talk. That's okay. You are gonna like our spirit research turn-in. We get a nice little sum of money. For the rest of the day, we are going to continue on our quest. So let's get our talismans, and more talismans, and more talismans. Before we make our way to the Dark Island. So we got one crop ticked off. Moving on next to another island. We find our second one. And then continue off into discovering new islands and getting even more talismans. All we're missing now is the Psychic Island, which we're just kind of have to stumble upon. That was quite a scary day, so let's move on to the next. Waking up on our third day. Let's take a peek at what our journal says. So we do have quite a few quests that we need to take care of. At the top of that list is our Summer Seed Seekers. We still gotta find those seeds, though, like I said, we're just gonna have to get lucky and stumble upon a psychic island for that. Let's submit these seeds so that we don't have to worry about them. And let's go on our first date with Quill. Super exciting. We haven't really dealt with that much this game yet. For the rest of the day, let's head on out. We find a moonstone on this island and then continue on with our collecting of talismans. A fun fact about the game is that not only do the talismans recharge each season, but the moonstones do as well. So as we're going around collecting the talismans, we could also look for those recharged moonstones. Later on in the day, I stumble upon a magic man, and we gotta take those extra talisman cards from him. And, yeah, this one looks like it'll be really useful, so let's take this one as well. And that one. Ooh, we find ourselves on a psychic island. So we got our 2 crops taken care of now. Now, these 2 crops are going to be very useful for us because both of these are EXP boosters. So we are going to want to collect a ton of these seeds to plant. We plant what we got. Unfortunately, I planted one too many and used them all up, but I did pass out. Going into our barn, we're doing some upgrades and we made some moonstone stalls. So these are gonna make it so that we don't have to worry about feeding our spirits every morning. Very helpful because that is going to be a time saver, especially when we build up our barn. Of course, for the rest of the day, we gotta find some new talismans, and I think it's time we tackle our first dungeon of the season. Going in here, this is looking like it is a boss gauntlet style, but we do find this little robo pup. He's so cute. I continue on with the rest of the dungeon, bashing as I go. Of course, these spirits are no match for us. Though these boss ones are getting pretty higher up in level. Yeah, we are gonna take on this little guy. We want all of the treasure chests that we can, because we want all of those recipes. And let's take on our first guardian. Level 11, an electric type. You're faster than us, but you're no match for us. Grabbing our memory shard, we can pick up our boss chest and, of course, don't forget about the Ando tree. At the end of this day, we have our first date with Quill, getting cozy on the beach, in the rain, at night. Normally when I go to the beach, it's during the day. I think it went okay. A perfect first date. At the end of this day, we do a level up in our spirits tree. We grab a spirit nester so that we can start getting some eggs, and we also leveled up in our archaeology. This one we haven't made much progress in it yet. Let's move faster in dungeons. Waking up our next day, we have an airdrop mail from Mom yet again. Have you set up your alchemy lab? Yeah, I put it down. She is requesting a concoction to be made for her. It needs to be -1 vitality and 20 tame with any amount of stamina. No problem, Mom. I got you. Looks like we have another mail from Asano. Yes, we know you own the tavern, Asano. We'll see you there. Let's start off with our morning chores. We have a bunch of crops to harvest, and let's just replace them. And then dive into yet another dungeon. This one had quite a few puzzles involving switches and fans that can harm us. But they are no match for us as we take on the guardian of this dungeon. Level 11 with a sand crash of level 8. Pfft, no problem. Give me that memory shard and your boss chest. Of course, our Ando tree. Can't forget that extra stamina. On our way home, we do pass out, unfortunately. The town drunkard strikes again. We level up in agriculture, though, so let's grab another fine produce. Waking up on day 6. No mail today, but we do have a bunch to harvest. So let's get on with our morning chores. Our tiny flowers that we got from the Psychic Island did grow, so let's make sure that we keep at least one. Later on in the day, we make our way to another dungeon. We are on a roll with these dungeons this month. I mean, we do have quite a bit to do, so it would be helpful to get them done. Of course, these little puzzles are no match for us. We make our way easily through this dungeon, bashing as we go, collecting all these treasure chests, and finding our way to the boss. Again, another level 11, only one ribite to back you up. Child's play. We collect our memory shard, our boss chest loot, ooh, table saw, and our extra stamina. Thanks, tree. Tonight we are actually heading to bed at a reasonable time. And we get our airdrop mail the next morning from Guyana. I don't even need a spirit, but Rowan told me I have to. Something poison with a similar hairstyle. Girl, I got you. Funny enough, we already have one that kind of fits the bill. It's even called an emo shrew. Yeah, I think this is the one. Marcia, just sit back for a minute. Since we're going into town to give her the spirit, let's collect a few things and we'll do a couple of rounds. Just kidding. Everyone's closed on Sundays. So it's going to be hard to find everyone. We'll do this tomorrow. But for today, I think we should just venture off and take a little teleporter to go even further onto this fire island. Of course, first time we're here this month, so let's grab a talisman. And I'm going to chop down a bunch of these trees. Chopping down the fire trees is going to give us ash, which is an ingredient that we need in order to make the concoctions. We find our moonstone while we are foraging on this island, and we got 18 ash. I think that's pretty good for now. So for the remainder of the day, I think we should venture off to another island and do some exploring. Heading up north, we find ourselves with another talisman. And we find a new island over here that has another dungeon. One less one to find. Perfect. We explore right into the night, which makes it easier for us to find our moonstones that we can collect from each island yet again. And we end up stumbling upon another psychic island. This is perfect. We need a ton more of those crops. As we were going around, we stumbled upon some spirits and a new one, a mist slime. She is so cute and kind of goes with our earth spirit cool slime pretty well. I think we need her for our collection.
You're coming home with me.
While doing a bit more bashing, we stumble upon a boss level Taro. Ooh boy. Yeah, we're pretty weak to psychic. However, they are no match for us. Heading into bed tonight, we get another level up in our combat tree. This one we choose to go with the 30% boost to upgrade our cards when adding them to our spirits deck. Our first stop the next day is to do all of our errands for town. First stop being Guyana and giving her her spirit. Actually, way cooler than I thought. I mean, look at this guy. I know, he is so cute. And he's a little emo guy with similar hair to you. I think it's a perfect match. For giving her her spirit, she's going to give us a plant for free. So, might as well take the most expensive one. And while we're here, we will complete our Summer Seed Secret Quest with the last 2 required seeds. Thank you! Next up, we are seeing Rowan. And we need some more seeds for our garden. So let's grab some stun seeds so that we can tame the enemy spirits better. And here, have a flower on our way out. Hello, Farah. How is my favorite blacksmith? How would you like a metal ingot? Yes, it is for your birthday. Happy birthday, Farah. Her blushing is so cute. Let's place down our first home decor item. And of course, it's going to be a plant. So cute. It's coming together. Going back into town, we stop by Paulo's because I think it's time we do some expanding. We are going to start with our spirit barn and give it a new room. For the rest of the day, we go off adventuring. We find ourselves on a new island. We unlocked this teleporter so long ago, but we never actually used it. So it brings us to a poison island, which is conveniently in the shape of an electric bolt. Okay. We do some clearing here well into the night, where we find our moonstone and head to bed. Waking up bright and early on our next day, I think that it's time that we look into making that concoction for our mother. So I got 2 items here, the umbrella shroom and the pinwheel flower. Mixing these together should be what she is looking for. We come over to our alchemy lab here, pop those in with a bottle and a piece of ash. It will take a little bit of time to brew. So for the rest of the day, we are going to venture off into another dungeon. Hello, sir. You think your doorway passage is enough to best us? Think again. Continuing on, we are going to unlock all of these switches so that we can get all of these spirits out of their cages. We can get the chest, we can open the doors. Continuing on, we find a little stump forest and we grab the chest from there. We have 5 chests to find in here, so quite a bit to go through. We did find a luck potion in that last chest, which is really nice. That will double the amount of money that we find in chests for a whole day. With a couple more switch puzzles to go through, we are nearing the end of this dungeon and the end of the day, so we gotta hurry up if we plan to finish this today. I didn't finish finding all the chests, and it was getting late, so I decided to head out of the dungeon, and to my surprise, the island that we're on turned into a psychic island. So let's gather all of these beautiful EXP boosting crops that we can use later on. And it doesn't hurt to get into a couple of fights. This one in particular gives us a look at you, which ability is pretty cool, a sneezy breezy. Whenever an enemy is banished by this particular spirit, you draw a card and you gain an energy. That sounds like a pretty good ability. Foreshadowing. Foreshadowing. Since it's getting late, we head on home and we get a moonstone from our goddess blessing. Thank you. The next morning, we get some mail from Zed saying that he likes coffee. Don't we all? Going into our alchemy lab, we collect the concoction that we brewed yesterday and send it off in our cell crate to update our quest. Hopefully we should hear something from our mother tomorrow. Ooh, and it looks like our barn is upgraded. Continuing on with this day, we jump right back into the dungeon and find our way to our guardian. Level 11 again, no problem at all. Let's grab our memory shard, our boss chest with a fancy lamp, and of course our ando tree. We spend the rest of the night doing some exploration, collecting moonstones before heading back into our bed for night. Following morning, we get an airdrop mail from our mother. We completed the quest, and as a result, she gives us a new recipe. You can use this to make potions with useful effects or bring a sort of witchy vibe to your interior decor. Ooh, a cauldron! We decide to pop down one more alchemy lab and get started on making some potions for EXP boosting. And then fly off into the briar yonder to a fire island. We need to collect a bunch more ash. So we're just gonna strip this until it gets pretty late. We're gonna head back home and go visit Paolo. I think it's time that we do some upgrades in our house, don't you? Our next stop, we're gonna stop by the general store to see Rowan. And remembering that we can just buy a bunch of eyeberry seeds from him. Yep, we stock up. Once we are back home, we take a look at our talismans, and I think it's time that we buff up some of our spirits. Okay, let's use these all up. But I'm just gonna speed through here. We do a ton of leveling up cards and learning new cards and getting rid of cards all through each of our spirits. It takes quite a little bit of time and some thought. I feel like it's nice to have a small deck, but I just can't help myself. There's so many cool cards that I want to know. Later on, we do some more upgrades into our new addition in our spirit barn with some moonstone stalls and tuck ourselves into bed. Tonight, we level up our combat skill and we decide to go with Close Call, which gives us a 5% chance of incoming attacks doing 0 damage. Following morning, we wake up to a brand new addition that got added to our house overnight. And we continue on with our potion brewing. Little side note, this is just a waste of resources. I do learn later on you don't get anything extra from putting all of the EXP stuff together. It's just a waste of ash at this point. Each day we do add to our morning chores of putting these potions to good use to our spirits. And we get to level them up as we go, collecting new cards as well. Later on, we find ourselves flying over to what seems to be our next temple. The Summer Temple. Hi, Magic Man! Where spirits and humans once gathered. Washed away are we, the spirits go neglected. Inside you will need strength to fight the spirits whose restless souls go unappeased. Tread carefully, for they have not forgotten the transgressions of the old kingdom. Ugh. I mean, it wasn't me. Find the water seal and bring it back. First, offer something to the spirits. Okay. So, beach peach and a pinwheel flower, we got these. Let's take a peek inside while we're here. Ooh, it is very pretty and tranquil. We have little water droplet guys, and are those... What is that on that altar that we get? Well, let's get into our first fight with a Dropple. This is a new spirit we haven't found yet. Salt versus Steel is his ability, and of course they are faster than us. It allows them to reduce an enemy's armor by 1 each round. That is pretty helpful. But it is the first one that we've seen, so... You are being added to our team. Hello, welcome, little happy guy. Beating them grants us the Flippers. This allows us to traverse bodies of water and swim up waterfalls. We could have used that so much longer ago. Okay, continuing on, we don't have these items yet. It doesn't look like we can make the lantern that it's looking for, so we're gonna need to make the decoration station first, make the lantern, and then come back with that. It does want to fish though, so starting off our fishing journey here, I guess. I believe we can catch the fish that we're looking for in the waters here. And there it is. Fishing in this game is a little interesting. Popping that into the altar so we don't forget, let's head on home and get the other items that we need. For the rest of the day, I decide to venture down into the unknown that we haven't discovered yet. We do find a few islands that have some dungeons on them before we decide to head on back home to bed. Overnight, we do level up in our spirits skill tree. We can either have a better percent chance of taming or get the spirit eggs, which is the one we go for. We also level up in our foraging skill tree, where I think we want to find some more moonstones. So we quickly grab that one. The following morning, after doing a few of our farm chores, I find a gaping hole in our map, decide to go there later. I forget to feed a spirit, and I really hope I don't lose him. He's a hard one to find. We do some crafting of a cauldron. This will let us finally make some of those potions that we are finding in the chests, and we make ourselves an anvil as well. Now, this is going to give us some protective charms against the weather effects that occur on some of the islands. It'll either do a percentage chance off, or if we want to put a lot of moonstones into it, completely make it so we do not have any effects at all. I do decide to grab at least one of them so that we can make it easier on the electric islands. However, we don't have the spirit poop for the fire or the dark islands just yet. We then move into our house where we finally get a decoration station. So this is where all of those blueprints that we've been finding in the chests are going to. Using this, we can make a bunch of furniture for indoor, and I think it could go outdoors as well. We can make a cute little bedroom, a bathroom, a kitchen, some windows finally for our tent. Do tents have windows usually? Regardless, we can make our home cozy finally. And this is also where we can make our lantern. So we just need to gather some ash and an iron ingot for that. After looking around in our decoration station, I pick out where we're going to head off to today. I guess completely forgetting about the fact that we had that gaping hole in our map I was looking at earlier. Yeah, no, okay. I think I just want some more blueprints. Let's get the one that we missed out on in here. I do a double take because I end up finding a holographic Torble. Ooh, look at him shine and shimmer. He's so cute. I think I like him as this light blue compared to the dark blue that he is usually. So we quickly grab our taming flowers and get the cute little holographic Torble for our collection. Of course, do not forget about the reason that we're in here, which is the chest. Later on that night, I transition to another island and we find the mines in here. It does have 3 chests, however, it is getting a little bit late. After doing the dungeon for a little bit, we head back into bed where we level up our agriculture. We are getting pretty low in our tree here. We're going to have to move over to the herbology side soon. The following morning, we get greeted with an airdrop mail from Zed, my official spirit requesting letter. Okay, so of course he wants an electric spirit, and he wants one that seems like a robot. Ooh, okay. I think we can do something for you, Zed. After doing some of our morning chores, we go and find we got some more mail from Farah telling us not to spend our money at the tavern, but instead her cool forge. Okay. Later on that day, I decide it's time that we go right back into the summer temple. Maybe with our new flippers we can get further. We pop in the lantern that we made at our decoration station and head on up to the next level, where we are greeted with a boss dropple. Quickly getting away from them, we find ourselves in need of sea glass and a moonstone, where we got bombarded by this giant wave, a titan, like his cute little boat hat. So the gimmick for the summer temple is that his ability is gonna make it so that we draw at least 10 cards every round. I mean, that's not that hard. Doesn't take us very long to stack up the poison and quickly make some good work of that guy. Quickly exploding into a little bit of particles, he turns himself into our water gem that we need. Completing the water seal request. Later on in the day, I finally realized that I forgot about this big gaping hole in our map that's directly underneath it, so I think it's time to fill that out. It is an electric island. We get another treasure map and a couple little foraging items. We got a nice sauna. We uncover the mines, just the usual stuff we do. After going through the mines, we quickly go into our bed. Following morning, we get airdrop mail from our mom. It's our father's birthday, and we want to give him an abundance potion. Okay, Craft want to put it in a cell crate. Mom, I'm sure I can do this, no problem. I got you. We take a look in our cauldron, the abundance potion. We need some wood, clay, and a bottle. Pretty simple. Sell that off and we complete our quest. We then get into organizing our treasure maps. And I decide it's time that we do some treasure hunting since, we already beat the boss of this season. Might as well do these. So I go around to a bunch of different islands and I dig up the treasure chests. In each treasure chest, we are gonna find a blueprint that will be added to our decoration station. And since we just upgraded in our skill tree, we have a good chance to find some moonstones as well. So this will be very useful to go around and find. At the end of our treasure hunt there, we completed 5 of our treasure maps. We got 6 moonstones. I think we picked one up on an island. And a good amount of gems. So I think that was a pretty good treasure hunt day. Waking up our following morning, it's now the 16th. It is Asano's birthday. Let's see if we actually remember our birthday for once. As we head outside, we get yet another mail. Oh, right, it's from our mom because we shipped the potion last night. It was a huge success. Oh, that's perfect. As a thank you, we get a compost bin crafting recipe. Oh my god, finally we can start learning all of those fertilizer recipes that are in our skill tree. We also have another letter from the Alchemist Guild. Okay, well with that aside, we head on over to see Zed. And I believe we have a gift for you. Here's an armbot. Ooh, 110 friendship points. That's so good. I know, I'm pretty incredible. He gave us a beacon recipe. Okay, interesting. While we're here, let's turn in some spirit research to earn a little bit of cash. Oh my god, a little bit. That was 5 grand. As we head into our barn, I think it's time we add a new spirit to our team. Everybody meet, look at you. He is so cute. He is a psychic type that is weak to earth and ice, which I think will be pretty good for us. But he's going to need some leveling up. He's a little bit behind. So I'm going to feed him some EXP potions. We're going to use our cards and talismans to buff him up. I have a good feeling he'll be good for our team. For the rest of the day, I think it's time that we fly off into the wander. Now that we finished the temple for this month, we're kind of free to work on everything else. So I made an abundance potion myself to see if maybe I can get some more ash from trees, but no such luck. While we're out here, we do, however, find some fire spirits, add that to our collection before heading back home to bed. As I'm going to bed, I do realize that we forgot Asano's birthday. Oh no, I knew I was gonna forget. But we do level up in our combat skill tree, where we only have one option on where to go. We also level up in our social tree, so I make it so that we can make up an hour early. Only one more for those until we can get into the relationship side. Following morning, we realize we forgot her birthday and head off to start our day. It looks like we have some mail from Guyana. Sure. We do continue on with our EXP potions, not yet realizing that it doesn't matter that we need to make them just yet. And continue on with our daily chores. We are getting so many spirits now. We take a look at a few more of our treasure maps that we can uncover. Ooh, we're getting moonstones, we're getting beds. I do decide to take a little detour into this mine though. We do have 2 chests to uncover in here still. This is just a big ol' long day of opening chests, getting crafting recipes. You know, we just unlocked the decoration station. We need to find all of these chests, may they be in mines or treasure chests buried in the ground randomly. Who buried these chests? Were they pirates? Sky pirates? Who knows? People flying around. The following day, we get a letter from Ophelia. Disregard yesterday's promotional mail out. Wow, Ophelia, you got beef? Why? Girl's just trying to promote her business, just like you. We continue on with making all of the EXP potions. Yep, another day that I haven't realized it does diddly squat. And we have so many eye berries to collect now. Dude's gonna get so buff. I'm so excited. I'm also getting sick of feeding these spirits every day. We do have a few more treasure chests that we can do. So you know what? Might as well bust them out. We have 3 to do. So let's collect even more treasure chests. I find it so funny how they just pop out of the ground like that. We take a little break to go in the spa here, which is when I realized that the spirits can't get us while we're taking a little hot spring bath, which is real nice to know. We go say hello to Magic Man before we teleport on over to this island over here. And I decide to do some deforestation and collect some more ash. Of course, we haven't really gotten into the fire spirits yet, so I do decide to add another one for our collection. Unfortunately, as I'm going around, I don't realize I was out of stamina and passed out. On the bright side, we did level up in our spirits tree and our agriculture tree. So we get 2 more points to spend. And we get this lovely end screen of Magic Man whisking us off in his arms, only to wake up in his bed? Magic Man, if I slept in your bed last night, where were you? Did we share a single bed? Well, I don't kiss and tell, so see ya. Since we did pass out on this island, our airdrop mail finds us all the way over here. We got another letter from Mom. So she's giving us a new request: create a concoction with 12 power and no other stats or debuffs. Okay, we can do that. I accept your challenge, Mother. We head on home and decide to make our compost bin. Of course, it takes ash. And of course, making the fertilizer is going to cost ash too. So we're going to have to grind so much ash. I do realize a little bit too late into our Let's Play that we can just use an abundance of wood in our furnaces to make the ash, so we don't have to keep deforesting places, but it's fine. It's fine. I do decide to make some experience fertilizer. That's gonna give our eye berries even more experience added onto our lovely spirits when we feed them the eye berries. Going in to see our spirits, we do have a few level ups to go through, and I also have some potions to feed to our spirits as well. Look at You is a little bit behind, I believe, still, so we gotta buff him up. This is also when I find the Enlighten skill card, double my energy, then it upgrades, I triple my energy? What? For the rest of the night, I decide to place down a few stepping stones, making our area nice and cozy. I think you walk faster on them. I'm not too sure, but I don't know. Makes it a little bit easier to find my way, I guess. Tucking ourselves into bed, ending day 19. Waking up our following morning, we get a reply from Guyana in the mail. It's a nice place. I'm sorry for being mean. It's okay. We then look at our concoctions, realizing that we are getting the same amount of EXP as we do from the regular berries on their own. You don't get any bonuses from putting them in there. The only thing that it helps is maybe if you're using the concoction during a battle. Let's say you're wanting to tame a high level spirit. Instead of using 2 turns to use the 2 crops, you can just use the 1 turn. Using it for the EXP has just been a waste of time. And ash and sweat and tears. But we make progress. We got there. Since we realized this, though, I decide to grab a bunch of the crops that we haven't turned into potions just yet and move our efforts into making taming potions. So we got a bunch of pinwheel flowers. We're going to make those into our new daily potion making. I then decide to traverse up here, and I think we're going to do a dungeon today. Here we are. Let's walk right into the front door, greet our guardian, and right away we find a shortcut to go see him. I still have the whole place to explore. I don't want to go right to you. We have 6 chests to find. Oh my goodness. I will find all of your treasure before I come fight you. Don't you worry, sir. Of course, there is a lot of twists and turns, and realizing time doesn't pause while I'm in my menu, we have a little tumble. And apparently, I did not learn from my last mistake and fall yet again. It does allow us to find the secret chest of the dungeon. We only have 2 more to find before our fight with the dungeon master. I give up trying to find the last one and decide, let's just go take him on. He's level 21. We're on par. And we got it. Easily, we collect our memory shard and our boss chest and our ando tree before we scurry off into bed at a pretty reasonable time tonight. Who are we? Leveling up archaeology, we move on to our next day, where we get our airdrop mail from Asano. Ooh, she wants her request of a spirit to be a capacity. I mean, our first spirit with a capacity, I feel a little kinship between us here, Asano. I think I can make that happen for you. Going in to see our spirits, we do have some level ups that we can do. Looking at our look at you, gain 10 energy. Excuse me? Yep, I want that one. We feed a bunch of our eye berries to our Marsha, level them up. And for the rest of the day, since it's a little bit later, we decide to go back into some mines and do some clearing out that ones that we have uncovered already but haven't yet finished. We do that well into the night until we finish our day. Following morning, we notice that it's Tobin's birthday. Okay, we cannot forget a birthday. We can't. This is Palos, not Tobin. While we're here, though, I do decide to make a purchase of our home. We can upgrade it. And Tobin, hello, it's your birthday. Guess what? I have a fish for you. I hear you like fish. You're a fisher. You gotta like fish. I like fish, too. I also sell him our golden pizza fish that we have, and take a look at the tackles that he sells. We haven't really done fishing in the game, just once, but these will definitely come in handy once we start. Well, goodbye, Tobin. Have a good rest of your day. We have a lot of fish to catch for you, but don't hold your breath. Later on, I find Asano picking flowers up at the top of the island. Oh my gosh, it took us so long to find her. Yes, it is beautiful. I brought you a capacity, 140 friendship points. Yes. Bartholomew. I'll have a free cup of coffee, 1 a day. That is a good trade-off. And of course, we spend the rest of the day digging through the mines before quickly heading home before Punchy gets us. We level up our foraging skill tree, deciding to make the intimidating spirits run away from us. Following morning, I decide it's time that we head off to another dungeon, probably. Or maybe a mine. I don't know. The choices are endless. Let's still head over there, though. Making my way into the electric dungeon down here. This is one that we've already been to, so it's actually a straight shot right over to our dungeon guy. Level 21 guardian with a ball bot? Please, you make me laugh. Give me your memory shard and your boss chest. I want that wicker chair. Yeah, that's so cute. Since we finished it quickly, no match for us, we decided to do some more diving in the mines, get some more chests, before heading off to bed. Waking up our next morning, we get another airdrop mail. Ooh, from Waldo this time. I noticed you completed many dungeons. Ooh, yes, we have. We just beat another one last night. How did you know? He's gonna send us a token of gratitude, a warp whistle totem. Ooh, this is very useful. This is gonna allow us to warp to wherever we put this totem instead of just the guardian in town. So since we're always running a little late to our bed, I'm sure we can make good use of this. It looks like we don't have to craft it, which is great. We just get the totem itself and have to place it down. I decided to put it right here, nice central location on our farm. And continue on with our daily chores, making sure we pick up all of our eye berries and go straight into feeding them to our spirits. Level 25s, not bad. We're getting pretty high up there in our levels. We also take a peek over at our spirits. We are getting a lot of spirits and not that much Moonstone stalls. It's taking a lot of our morning time to go through here. We did hatch a Minute overnight though. He is a brand new psychic spirit and you can only get him from the eggs. So good luck from us there. We then take a peek at our map and realize that we have a ton of it left to uncover. So we decide to get on our glider and head on out to explore. We haven't taken this teleporter though, so let's see where it takes us. Okay, this is where I wanted to go anyways, so that's a pretty good distance. As I'm going through and foraging, I spot that he was only level 21. So I decided to come in and collect him to be a part of our family of spirits. Just to the Science Center for now, though. We then continue to uncover more of the map before heading into bed for the night. We do level up in our spirit tree. We grab the taming side and in agriculture. Might as well make a crop sell for more. Following morning, we get some mail from Asano. Bought a bunch of stamps from Rowan, and now I have to write like 50 letters to use them up. Why don't you just hold on to them? Looking at our map, we go over what we uncovered yesterday and decide that we need a little bit more uncovered. So make a plan on where I want to head to. We find ourselves on a beach island first, where we collect the goodies. And notice that there is a teleporter here. Takes us to an electric island just right next door. That's not very helpful. So we continue on with our exploration, going island to island, finding what there is to offer. Hopefully, like this one, finding more dungeons that we can go to. Making our way south, we find a fire island that we get our moonstone right off the bat, which is perfect because moonstones, just like the talismans, are gonna regenerate as the seasons change. So, extra moonstone for us. Following morning, we get a letter from our father. Our dad doesn't request anything from us. It's just our mom. Dad just comes in and rubs in our face that they're going to a spa. We make our way into town today and decide to upgrade our spirit barn once more. and do some foraging along our beach before we head on out to explore. Our first stop of the day, we are going into the dungeon that we uncovered yesterday. Greeting our guardian spirit at the door, we find this interesting talisman on the ground. Not understanding what it is, we make our way forward and decide to take on our dungeon guardian right off the bat since we're here. Level 21, easy. Taking his memory shard and boss chest, we get our ando tree and head home for the night. Waking up, it is day 27. Not enough time for any crops to grow, so we pick our last ones, continue our daily chores in our spirit barn, which we have a nice little addition to, and check out the map where we want to explore today. We still have a bunch of the map left to uncover, so I decide to go do that. Here is the trail that I uncovered today with absolutely nothing in there. I went back and forth. Why? I then decide to make my way over to the other side of the map, and hopefully we have some better luck over there. We do find ourselves on a little electric island that does have a dungeon here, so that is perfect. And we decide for the rest of the night to dive into this mine. And yeah, we got 2 chests to find here. Before we head on home, now we can choose the warp totem at our farm. It is now the end of the night, and I'm just going over all the path that I flew. I did quite a snaking trail trying to uncover bits and pieces of this map. But let's head to bed. It is now our last day of summer. We get some mail from Quill. Oh, he wants his own little huggable and soft spirit that is a fire type. Okay, I think I have an idea what I can get you. Well, it's the last day, so I decide to double our farming area for the following season. Fall tends to be a pretty big cropped season in other games, so for the rest of the day, we do some more exploration. Hopefully we can find some talismans like this little hat island. As it's the last day, they'll get changed up. But I head into bed. And this is the end of our summer adventures here with Moonstone Island. We got 11 dungeons. We got 55 spirits. I think there's more to find. Well, that was quite the month. We made some good progress. Thank you for watching our summer adventure through Moonstone Island. If you want to check out our day-to-day adventures, check out the Moonstone Island playlist. It has a bunch of videos of our playthrough. Please like and subscribe to the channel if you enjoyed the video and want to see more. I greatly appreciate all the love and support. But have a good day, everyone, and I will see you in the fall.